Good evening and welcome. This is Passionate Bliss, and this verse is for you. And always, this verse will be for you. Let's do it. Good evening. Greetings. This is Passionate Bliss, and I'm here tonight with questions, comments, useless facts about me. But first, go to my online store, mypassionatebliss.myshopify.com. Order your Black Love t-shirt from that collection. Okay? Today, I wanted to talk to you about respect. In particular, my questions were, what causes a woman to lose respect for her man? Okay? What actually is respect? And this question came up because I watched a woman who was divorced from a man describe her interactions with her husband from beginning to end. This was a man that she walked up to him and asked him out. She was the one who proposed marriage to him. She went and got the apartment that they lived in and did whatever touching up it needed. And she was a primary breadwinner. But over time, the way she spoke to him and spoke about him showed a lack of respect. And from his perspective, it was almost immediately after marriage. So my thing is, what happens in a relationship that the woman started out so invested and in the end, she was totally disrespectful of him? Where did she lose his respect? Okay, first let's start with a definition. We know we love definitions on this channel because definitions set a standard. Okay, and it often sets a goal for us to try to reach. You may even realize that you're already meeting that standard and you've already achieved that goal if you just know the definition. So what's the definition of respect? Okay, as far as a relationship is concerned, the definition is a regard or concern for the feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others. So in a relationship, you have to have some kind of regard, some kind of concern for how that person feels, what that person wants, what their rights are as a person and as a unit member. You have to have some kind of regard or some kind of concern for that. That's the definition of respect, and you have to show it, okay? So how do you show respect in a relationship? Okay, I did some research, several articles, and a consensus core six ways you can show respect in a relationship. Number one is demonstrate trust. Show that person that you trust them. You're not constantly questioning them about where they're going, what time you're getting back, what were you doing, why didn't you answer my text, calling them constantly, texting them constantly, going through their phone, demanding to go through their phone. You're doing those things, you are not showing respect, And if you're doing those things, she's going to lose respect because you look insecure. You look like you're afraid of losing her. So she's going to lose a little bit of respect for you on that front, okay? Number two, be mindful of how you communicate. You want the way you communicate to show that you have a concern or regard for her feelings, okay? You don't want to be insulting. You don't want to be critical. You don't want to be abrasive. You don't want to be name calling. How you communicate has to convey that you have some kind of concern or regard for how that person feels, what their rights are, what their wishes are, okay? So your communication, you have to be careful about your communication. You don't want to put up barriers to effective communication, okay? Number three, you want to be reliable and accountable, okay? She has to know that she can depend on you, that you don't need her to provide, that you don't need her to be the decision maker. You don't need her to take the lead in the relationship. You don't need her to be the one who is showing the emotional stability and strength in a relationship. If she is doing all of that, then this will cause her to lose respect for you, okay? Number four, you want to encourage time apart. Nice little song. I know even lovers need a holiday from each other. Okay, you want to encourage time apart. Too much closeness, too much in each other's FaceTime can become irritating and annoying for anybody. So you want to encourage time apart so they can actually miss you. So, okay, encouraging time apart is a good thing. Okay, they need to have their own hobbies and interests and things like that. They don't necessarily include you. Okay, or they can, but you need to have time apart, time to relax, breathe, and just be yourself. Okay, and when you don't allow them that, they view you as someone who's smothering them, who's needy, and they lose respect for you. Okay, number 5, you want to appreciate the differences between you. Okay, even if it's something that you don't necessarily value. Okay, you want to appreciate that difference, even if they don't necessarily love your habits and hobbies. They need to appreciate the difference. That's like agreeing to disagree. You know, I think that video games are stupid. They're violent cartoons. But there are some men who are gamers. They love it. It's what they do. But I appreciate that that's what they may love. Okay. That's how they unwind. That's their relaxation. They get, a certain amount of joy from that. I have to respect that because it serves as an outlet for them, helps them to relax. I have to respect that, even though I do think video games are stupid, violent little cartoons. But if it's an outlet or if it helps them relax, I have to respect that. So you want to respect the differences between you. And when you don't, you lose their respect. Okay, number 6, get to know yourself. Okay, I once heard a woman ask her husband at a restaurant, "Baby, what should I eat?" And my sister was with me, and we were actually listening because we wanted to hear, what he was going to tell her to eat. I was like, "You're hungry. You don't know what you want to eat? There's a menu." So we were waiting to hear what he was going to tell her. He actually didn't even answer the question. Okay, because that's ridiculous. If you don't know what to eat, you're hungry. It's a menu. How should he know what you should eat? And so you want to get to know yourself. You shouldn't be depending on another person to decide who you are, how you are, what you should do, what your career should be, what your friends should be like, who you should, hang out with and associate with, where you should go, what you do. If you're trying to do all that for her, then yeah, she's going to lose respect for you, okay? Because you obviously don't think that she knows herself, that she knows her own mind. You're trying to tell her what color fingernail polish to put on. I've actually had somebody do that. Okay, you're trying to tell her what kind of bed sheets to buy for the bed. I had somebody tell me I don't like flowers on sheets before. I bought flowers on sheets for that reason. I put on the polish he said he didn't like for that reason. I mean, because actually I was much younger and I was, doing it to say, that's not something you're going to tell me to do. I already know what I want. Have you seen me with that polish on? It was actually black polish. He'd never seen me with black fingernail polish on. So why are you telling me don't wear black polish? And as someone in my early 20s, that was all the invitation I needed, to put on black polish. I only kept the polish on for one day because I didn't like it. But I wore it because he told me not to. And so, a woman will lose respect for you if you're trying to dictate to her and tell her who she is and how she is and what she should be doing and how she should be doing it. And actually it might cause open rebellion in my case. And so, these are just things that, I wanted to look at because I saw that woman in the way she spoke of that relationship. I saw her lose respect for the man that she actually pursued and proposed to. And so as far as wanting to demonstrate trust, he actually did demonstrate trust, but she broke it. And then when she broke it, that was gone, to the point of him following her to job sites to see what she was doing. Mindful of how you communicate. She actually began to be disrespectful, cursing him out, things that he had seen her do to other people, but never to him, until at a certain point after that marriage when she lost respect for him. Was he reliable and accountable? From what I could tell, she was the breadwinner. Okay, so if she's the breadwinner, if she's tired, she can't count on you to support or provide. So she's gonna lose respect for you as a man. Most women look for men to provide, and so when you don't do that, yeah, she's losing respect for you. In that particular marriage, time apart, they actually, I think they might have had too much time apart because she traveled on the road. And that's when a lot of her affairs took place. And then eventually, once she was found out to be cheating, he started cheating as well. They had plenty of time to cheat. Okay. So that they actually didn't need more time apart, but they had too much time apart. Appreciate your differences. Him being calm and laid back and mild, that's something that I personally would appreciate in a man, just because I'm high strung. I have a strong personality. And the way to deal with me successfully is not to come head me head on, because you're going to get head button back, But if you actually be calm and rational, and have a different approach, you can respect that a lot more. But she actually lost respect for him because his calm, mild manneredness, she perceived that as weakness. And so she lost respect for him in that way because she actually didn't appreciate that difference when somebody else would have. Getting to know yourself, they were actually both very young. I can't say that either one of them knew themselves very well. And the relationship in that particular example developed quickly. Okay. And so I could see how that relationship broke down. And it was sad to see because they were actually a beautiful couple, had a beautiful child together. So that was kind of sad to see. And I remember looking at them talk about that relationship and thinking, what happened that she lost respect for him? And so I wanted to look that up. And that was what I found. What do you think? Did I miss anything? What are some reasons why a woman could lose respect for her man? And fellas, what are some reasons that would make you lose respect for a woman? Comment below, like the video, give it a thumbs up, and share it. Okay? And subscribe. With that being said, y'all have sweet dreams. Wait to find them all real.